Hello everyone, Cyberdragon here. So, I haven't been really uploading as much as I usually do. That's because, well, there's been some family issues. I know some of you already know from Discord and that last video I uploaded, that stuff. But, there's just been some issues and this will also delay me for a little bit. But I'm going to still try to upload as much as I can. But yeah, I may try to record tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so I probably should have played the music too. Shit. There we go. Yeah, this is basically going to be the theme of this song. The background now. For this what if. I don't know if you can hear it properly, but you'll probably hear it soon. It's just the introduction to the song, but whatever. So this is What If Deku Was Scorpion Part 4? I might be wrong. Who knows? Oh wait, you guys do. Probably should have done that. There we go. But yeah, no, last time we left off, Deku met Shinzo. And they set up to kind of hang out. So we're going to do a bit of a time skip. Over this time skip, however, Deku, Shinzo, and Nijre has started to hang out a bit more. Deku introduced Shinzo to Nijre after a while of hanging out at school. Deku realized Shinzo's quirk is useful, but he doesn't have much else, so the man not there. So he tells him, like, hey Shinzo, I know your quirk is good and all, but you can't just rely on that. Like, you need to focus on other aspects, because people who focus only on their quirks is a one-trick pony. So be more better than them with hand-to-hand combat. And he does tell this to Nijre too, to get better at hand-to-hand combat. And over this time, the big three, the other two, Tamaki and Mirio, has met Deku. Mirio thinks he's pretty strong and would be a good fight, but Deku hasn't agreed to a fight yet. He's not really wanting to at the moment. And Tamaki, well, him and Deku, Tamaki's a bit scared of him because of the eyes. But yeah, so Nijre and Shinzo has been practicing hand-to-hand combat, and whenever they don't train, and they drag Deku along to places so he can socialize more. Which Deku hated at first, but slowly started to get used to it. And whenever Deku has an outburst, Nijre is the one who usually calms him down. Which Shinzo brought up, like, you two are like a married couple. You calm him down, and whenever he has an outburst, which Nijre blushed a lot, and Deku blushed slightly under the mask he always wears. But yeah. Now, so we do skip to the final days of high school, where the Sludge incident would happen. The teacher walks in. I'm assuming I'm just doing this for all the schools. Who gives a fuck? The teacher walks in. Okay, everyone. Time for your career aptitude test. This will determine where you will go to high school, yada yada yada. Which everyone starts to complain, till the teacher throws the paper in the air. Who am I kidding? I know you all want to be heroes. Which everyone starts to use their quirks. Except for Deku and Shinzo. Okay, settle down. Now, we get two people in here who wants to go to UA. There's some people talking amongst themselves, like, UA? Wait, who's trying to go to UA? Like, firstly, I'm actually not sure Shinzo's first name. Like, it is Shinzo who wants to go to UA. Which people start to burst out laughing at that. Some people was like, what? That worthless guy? Like, yeah, with a villainous quirk like his? Saying a bunch of different insults. Which Deku doesn't like. He yells out, "Quiet!" while bursting out in flames. Shinzo, after seeing that, pulls out a bag of marshmallows and put it on a stick. Yeah, at this point, since Deku has done so many outbursts, both Nijre and Shinzo carries around marshmallows with him to roast. Because bucket. Yeah. And so Deku can like, "Sir, all of you better shut the fuck up. Anyone who tries to put him down for having a quirk like that, face me now or shut the fuck up." And people don't really want to fight Deku. Son of a bitch. Okay, I'm gonna have to type this every now and again. But yeah, whatever. So, people have seen him fight the bullies that bullied Shinzo, and it didn't end pretty. Let's say that. Deku would have been, well, suspended, but because the bullies the one to attack first, Deku only got off with a warning. While the bullies, well, got in-school suspension. But yeah, so... I'm sorry, I just woke up, so... It is like... holy shit, like 12 o'clock. I slept in a long time, but whatever, so... Day of my life. The story of my life, whatever. But yeah, so... people immediately shut up. The teacher said, Alright, young Usayaki. It seems you want to go to UA too. Deku calms down with his arms crossed, like, that's right. Like, well, you have a very strong quirk, and you're quite intelligent, so I think you would get into UA. Like, is that all you care about? Like, excuse me? Like, just because I have a strong quirk and am intelligent, you think I'm automatically good enough to be a hero? Like, I'm not sure what you're like. People need to have a heroic aspect to them, if anything. I do save my friend Shinzo a lot from bullies, yes. But if you only base me off my quirk, then arrogant assholes like this entire school here will just let that go to their heads, not thinking what a hero should actually do. So people remain quiet through this speech. Like, it is true, my quirk does help me, but if I rely solely on my quirk, and if somehow that was taken away, what do you think would happen? No one really wanted to answer. Like, I'll tell you what happened. I would most likely die from an attack, get injured, perhaps, though at bare minimum. And you think my quirk will save me then? So no. If I rely on not my quirk, but other things about me, like my skills, my intelligence, which you have mentioned that I am quite smart, but still, I can't rely on one thing, just like my friend here, Shinzo, can't either. That's why I've been helping him train. I know he's worthy enough to be a hero at least. Can all of you say the same thing? No one spoke a word. Shinzo was grinning at this speech, though. That's what I thought. So throughout that entire rest of the day, no one really talked. The teacher obviously teached and stuff, but yeah. After that, everyone was eventually dismissed, and Deku and Shinzo walks off. Shinzo, like, you kind of went a little overboard with that speech, Like, I was just telling the truth. They need to learn what it takes to be a real hero. Like, yeah, I definitely say you're definitely worthy of being a hero. Like, so the same thing can be said for you. You work hard, and you don't rely on your quirk. Plus, you have a caring nature, too. I can tell. Of course you can. Like, so, are we gonna meet up with Nijre? Like, yeah, we might as well. Like, of course you would say that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, of course you would want to hang out with your girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend. Like, sure, I've seen how she eyed you. So, she's my friend. Like, you really don't see any potential of relationships between you two? Like, not really, no. Like, You're more dense than I thought. Like, watch it. While engulfing his fist in flames. Like, okay. As they are talking, there's rustling behind them both. Deku hears it and sees the Sludge villain about to pounce on Shinzo. Deku sees this and pushes him away, saying, "Look out!" and gets caught himself. Shinzo gets up like, what the hell? And sees Deku encased by the Sludge villain. The Sludge villain starts to laugh. I was aiming for the other kid with the purple hair, but I guess you'll do too, kid. Sir, that's a perfect meat suit. Shinzo's like, oh no, what do I do? Deku doesn't really react any differently, but he starts to let off a lot of heat, which it starts to bubble up the Sludge villain. Then a lot more heat, then fire starts engulfing both. The Sludge villain like, what the hell? A fire-based quirk? Shinzo just stands there in amazement. Because he can swear he can see Deku's skull. Well, his skeleton on fire too. Kind of like the fatality of Scorpion whenever on Mortal Kombat 11 when he goes through a guy. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then yeah, kind of like that. Which after a moment, All Might appears. So the Sludge villain remains, would have thrown off Deku, and All Might said, "Have no fear, I am." Then Deku cuts him off, like, late, All Might. Kid, did you happen to see a Sludge villain anywhere? He points to the corner, seeing the remains of the Sludge villain. Like, wait, did you stop him? Yes. Something clearly you couldn't do. Goddamn ads. Hold on. Skip. There we go. Like, all my thing, like, what is up with this kid? Like, well, what is your name, young man? Like, Izuku Usayaki. Like, Usayaki? So you're Mirako's son. Like, not biological, but yes. Like, well, it's good to meet you finally. And who is this, my ass? Like, oh, that's my friend Shinzo. Like, Shinzo, like, it's nice to meet you, All Might. It's good to see you both, and I'm glad no one was hurt. Like, yeah. So Deku just starts to walk off. Like, wait, do you not want my autograph? Like, not really, no. Like, and All Might thinking, like, what is up with this kid? Says, I thought he would at least have been excited to see me. This kind of hurts my pride. And Shinzo just follows Deku, like, well, All Might, thanks for trying to save us, I guess. Like, yeah. So All Might collects the Sludge villain, thinking about the events just transpire. So he's not focusing entirely well. So he does drop the sludge bottle. Oh boy. So as Shinzo and Deku walking off, Deku's texting Nijre. Shinzo is like, dude, are you texting your girlfriend? And they're like, dude, she's not my girlfriend. Like, come on, dude. Just admit that you have some feelings for her. Like, don't have time for that type of stuff. Like, yeah, you have some kind of vendetta, don't you? Like, yes, I do. Like, whatever, man. So, but you need to learn to relax sometimes, man. Like, you can't just always be grumpy. Like, whatever. So, anyways, Nijre says she's nearby some supermarket, so we're gonna go and meet her over there real quick. Alright, man. As they said that, so happened the Sludge villain bottle dropped nearby over there. So, and then they hear a large explosion. They're like, what is that? Like, I don't know, let's go find out. So, as soon as Deku and Shinzo goes over there, Deku's eyes widen and he started to get enraged. A few moments ago, before Deku and Shinzo talked and before the explosion, Nijre was walking back from the supermarket area, having some bags of groceries in her hand. Then a bottle fell from the sky. Nijre heard it from behind her, like, what was that? She doesn't realize that the bottle broke open. And the Sludge villain starts to surround her. She looks like, what the hell? You're like, well, I got unlucky with those two kids, but I'll do nicely with a party like yours. Like, ew, get off of me, you a weird villain. And they're like, no. Which Nijre tried to fire Nijre wave, but the Sludge villain wrapped his, sludge around her arms and aimed it at a random building, hitting the building, causing an explosion. I don't know if she probably wouldn't do an attack while being like this, but this is my what if. This is the best thing I can think of. But yeah, so now we get back to present time. Deku looking angrily at what's going on. Seeing the Sludge villain was out, Deku then thinks, like, can any hero do their jobs correctly? So thinking back about the time when Endeavor saved Shoto but not him. Not saving everyone Endeavor can, when those two were in the same amount of reach. Shinzo are like, hey, what are we gonna do? They're like, I don't know. I don't want to use my fire just in case she gets hit. Like, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Like, we need to get her out of there. Like, right. So, okay, here's the plan. I want you to talk to the Sludge villain and make him answer a question. While you do that, I'll appear from behind him and grab her out with my kunai. After she's got out, the Sludge villain will most likely react to the fact that something moved and touched him. I'll throw Nijre to you and incinerate the fucker. Alright, that sounds like a plan then. So, Shinzo runs up to the barrier area, which he was keeping everyone back. Shinzo yells out to the Sludge villain, like, hey, you piece of shit! Like, the Sludge villain, like, what did you call me, kid? Shinzo just grins, like, gotcha. which the Sludge villain stops in his motion, which I would say Shinzo actually did manage to get through the barrier. After that, Shinzo yells out like, "No!" Deku appears from behind to form a hellish portal, jumping in midair, throwing the kunai into the Sludge villain, wrapping around Nijire's waist, and yanking her out of the Sludge villain. After that, the Sludge villain got out of the hypnosis. He's like, where did that girl go? As Deku grabbed onto Nijre, like, you okay? Nijre, slightly blushing, yeah, I'm okay. Like, good. Now, he just yeets her over to Shinzo. Like, ah! And Shinzo like, I got you. Ow. Both fall on the ground. Deku like, sorry, but no time. The Sludge villain like, it's you again, kid. I'm gonna kill you. Deku said, no, I'll kill you, you bastard. Fires a lot of fire at him. The Sludge villain is screaming out in pain, and Deku just yells this out. Like, burn in hell! Letting off a blue flame, too. A sky blue flame. Burning the Sludge villain and making the Sludge villain implode. After that, Deku looks around, seeing there was already a fire still erupted. Like, shit. So he opens up his hands and starts absorbing all the fire around him into his palms of his hands. 2 balls of flames are now in Deku's palm. All the fire dispersed, and Deku just closes both fists, canceling out both flames that he just absorbed. Deku looks back at the pros, which they have a shocking expression on their faces. They're like, well, what are you waiting for? Go and clean this all up. Like, yes sir. They think that he's a pro. They don't know that he's just a student, but still. Deku walks towards Nijre and Shinzo. Like, you two okay? Like, yeah, man. But you don't have to throw her like that. She came in like a rocket. Not to mention, she's really heavy. Nijre just hits them on top of their head. Like, ow, what was that for? Like, you don't call a girl heavy, you idiot. Having a pouty look to her face. Like, but I'm okay, Izuku. Like, well, that's good. I don't know what I would do if I lost you. Nijre blushed. Like, Shinzo said, can you two not flirt in front of me? I feel like a third wheel here. Like, we're not flirting, Shinzo. Like, sure you're not. And the two just starts to, they just all start to laugh a bit. In the crowd, All Might saw all of that. He is impressed with what he just saw. So, he thinks, I want him as my successor. So, after a while, Ryuko and Mirako does come by. Saw this all on the news. Mirako runs up to Deku. Deku like, okay, look, oh, hey mom, what do you, then before he can finish, gets kicked in the face. Like, what the hell? What's that for? Like, idiot, why did you run into danger like that? You could have gotten hurt. I'm like, I didn't until you just kicked me in the face. Besides, I had to save Nijre. She just grins like, oh, so you had to save your girlfriend, huh? They're like, what is up with you and Shinzo keep calling Nijre my girlfriend? We're just friends. Like, sure, and I'm not your mother. Like, fine, whatever. So, but seriously, did you have to kick me in the face like that while holding his cheek? Like, yes, you had to learn a lesson. Whatever. Me, Shinzo, and Nijre are gonna go now. We got discharged. I figured you might want to stay here and help with the situation at hand. Like, yeah. Ryuku was also kind of freaking out seeing Nijre trapped like that. But since we're here now, we might as well help. So, let's get back home safely, okay? And no attacking the other villains. Like, yeah, whatever. So, Deku, Nijre, and Shinzo all walk back together. Eventually, Nijre had to go her separate way, waving her goodbye, and tell them, like, they'll train tomorrow. He's like, yep. So, as Deku and Shinzo are now walking away, All Might comes from the corner, like, "Aha! I am here!" All Might? That's what Shinzo had the way who said that. They're like, All Might, what are you doing here? I came here to see the two brave young men who then coughs up blood, and shrunk down. And Shin's like, what the hell? Deku, a little surprised, but he did notice some weird things about All Might. 1, he would seem to be in a rush earlier. 2, he wore a lot of baggy clothes to maybe hide something. Deku was thinking an injury, so... And 3, he did notice All Might's time limit. So, with those 3 things combined, he assumed something like this would happen, but not to this extent. Deku said, Jesus, I knew you were injured, but not to this extent. All Might looks at him in shock, like, what, you knew about my injury? Like, yeah, I'm quite intelligent. I could tell you had an injury because of 3 things. The time limit, the baggy clothes, and you were in a rush. All Might think, shit, this kid is smart. So they're like, dude, you could have told me. So, if I would have told you, no offense, but would you think it would pan out if I told, I don't know, a random other person? Or Nijre? Shinzo thinks about it for a moment, like, fair point. Like, so, All Might, what did you want? Like, well, I want you to be my successor, young Usayaki. Deku, like, yeah. Successor to what exactly? Like, All Might thing, like, damn, he's not even phased? But the fact I want him to be my successor. All Might typically is though, like, I want you to inherit my powers and become the next symbol of peace. Deku just stands there with his arms crossed, like, yeah, no. Like, what? Even Shinzo is taken aback by this. Like, sorry, All Might, but I have my own plans, and right now, they don't include becoming your successor. Not to mention, I want to get by my own powers. So thanks, but still, like, I understand. So, but I need to find a successor. Deku thinks about it for a moment, then looks to his left, at Shinzo. Like, what about Shinzo? Shinzo is standing back like, what? Why me? Like, well, I know you can be a worthy hero, Shinzo. Not to mention, you've been working hard, and plus, if you gain All Might's power, you can definitely become a better fighting-based hero. Your core combined with All Might's would actually be a good combination of both strength and technique. So, All Might Like, well, if you vouch for him, then I'll gladly make him my successor, if he chooses to. Shinzo thinks about it for a moment. Says he knows Deku for a pretty long time now. And he knows that Deku's been helping him quite a bit. Even though Shinzo isn't an All Might fan, he still can't pass up an opportunity like this. So he takes a deep breath in and says, I'll take your quirk, All Might. But I want Deku to help me train with it too, alongside with you. Said All Might smiled like, alright then. So Deku said, but there's also one thing if I'm gonna help train Shinzo as well. Like, and what is that? Like, I want to invite someone else to train with us. All my questions, like, who do you want to bring? Shinzo just grins like, oh, you want to bring your girlfriend to this training with us? Deku bonks him on the head. Like, what the hell? So, like, stop saying she's my girlfriend. Like, even you two hit the same place. How are you two not dating already? Like, alright. All Might couldn't help but laugh at this. How long has this been going? Okay. So, I think I'm at a good stopping point at the moment. Yeah, so sorry I haven't been recording as often as I said, but 1, some family issues popped up. 2, I'm currently working on another special that's going to be taking place sooner or later. But I'm also trying to work on Toga and Meta at the same time. And, well, this series, and hopefully after Toga, bring back Soundwave. Before 1K at least. But anyways, next week should be Meta and Toga at least. I might try to do 2 to 3 videos a week. Maybe 4 if I'm feeling up to it. But minimum of 2 to 3 a week. That's kind of the schedule now on. Update videos doesn't count, however, so those are just letting you know what's going on with scheduling, what situation, shit like that. But yeah, so I hope you guys like this part. I don't think anyone really gives Shinzo the quirk as often. I'm really wanting to try other people to give the quirks to of One for All. The next 2 series are actually going to incorporate the same guy, but it's going to be like totally different in ways. And yeah, so I hope you guys at least enjoyed this. But yeah, so I'm gonna head off. Cyber Dragon out. Peace.